Welcome back to my channel, I Need to Ride. Today we're gonna go over a little rant that I have when I was riding the bike. You know, when I ride, I think about different things, people, places, events, things that have happened to me in the past. But I also think about the motorcycle I'm riding and the things that I'm doing that day with that bike and the things that I have, the equipment that I'm using. So today I'm going to show you the rant I had while I was riding down in the Everglades with the RT, talking about two things. The Motorrad navigation system, which I will call user hostile. You'll see that. And my relatively new helmet that I bought. I bought this a couple of months ago, this AIR III from Shoei. And I'm going to talk about the face shield in particular and the noise level of this helmet. And I compare it to what I'll call the Amazon Special, which has connectivity, by the way, right here, radio, helmet to helmet communication, as well as hooking up to the bike. And what I paid for this, which is like $180 versus the Shoei, which is over $800. I'll get into that in the rant. So without further ado, let's hear my rant in the morning when I was riding down the Everglades. Today's going to be a morning rant, I think. I'm going to rant about two things. One about my helmet, and one about my bike. I'm going to do a review on this bike at another time. I'm going to go over the bike. But let me do a short rant on a couple of things that just irked the you-know-what out of me. Let's talk about the bike first, because I think that's shorter. I'm going to keep that one short. Love the bike, great bike. I don't know, I think I've mentioned it before or not, but I got rid of my road glide for this bike. And the reason why I got rid of the road glide was not because I didn't like the bike. I love the bike. It's a great bike. Great on the highway. Wasn't too bad around town. It was a little heavy, but you know, it was manageable. What I didn't like about the bike is it was bigger than this. It took a lot of room. Couldn't put it on a center stand. Didn't have one, obviously. And the other thing, it was very, very heavy. Very heavy motorcycle to the point where, you know, pushing it in and out of the garage. I have a tight garage. It's not like I have all this room. And just negotiating it in tight areas became more of a chore. And I didn't really enjoy that aspect of the motorcycle. Plus, it didn't have a lot of stuff, right? I think it had ABS, but it wasn't anything special. It didn't have interactive or whatever you call smart suspension like this bike does. Anyway, I don't want to get too far into that. It's another day. But everything I liked about this bike, and I ordered it during COVID. I picked it up during COVID. I bought it at a dealer in North Carolina. I was looking for, you know, this model, and I got this. And it has, you know, I thought it had everything I would need forever, and it has mostly what I need. But the thing that does annoy me and irks me, and I spent a lot of money on this motorcycle. This bike was not cheap. You know, this is, you know, BMW, kind of like Harley Davidson pricing, same kind of thing, in that general vicinity. The thing I hate about this motorcycle is the GPS, or the lack of it. Now you have a GPS, but you have to connect to your BMW Motorrad, which is a curse and a blessing at the same time. The blessing is it records all your rides. It has it up on the cloud. You can pull it down, you can share it. Um, you can plan rides. You can share those as well. It's nice. That's nice. But to connect to this bike is a little tricky. And I'm being kind when I say that. First of all, if you live at home and you have a Wi-Fi, and 90% of us do, if you have your Wi-Fi on auto join at home, this is not going to connect very well. Your home Wi-Fi seems to fight the Wi-Fi that's on the bike when you turn on the Motorrad. So connectivity is a chore at best. I've learned to take, when I come out to the bike, I have to go to my settings, turn the auto join off. I have auto join on with the Motorrad. So it comes up a join, but it doesn't auto join anyway. You gotta hit the button anyway. It comes up on the screen on your phone. Do you want to join with this big long number it has, and then you have to say yes, join. Right? Annoying. But that's not the most annoying part. The most annoying part to me is when I stop, and then let's say I get gas, I get a drink, or stop for a bio break, whatever the stop is about. I get back on the bike. I got to go through the whole cycle again to join this stupid bike. If I just turn the bike on and go, and I'm leaving the phone in the bike, it won't join. You have to pull the phone out, which for me is a little bit of a tough chore because my hands are not exactly dainty. So I got to reach into the phone, into the compartment, which is down here, and then pick the phone out and do the join. Then putting the phone back in, I have the 16, the small one. God forbid your finger should touch something. It knocks out the phone, and all of a sudden you got to pull the phone back out and start Motorrad up again. Total pain in the neck. So I'm going to end up probably getting a third-party GPS and mount it on the bike, because as nice as it is, and I'll still use my Motorrad and record my stuff, it's a pain in the neck to plan routes. It's not easy. It's not the best in the world. But the connectivity is a challenge. And when, if you're riding with a group of people, nobody's going to want to wait for you to connect your phone so you have your map up. And God forbid you're the road captain and you're the one who's guiding everybody, because that would be annoying. So if you're riding with a bunch of people, my prediction is you will do without. They're not gonna bother with the maps. Okay. That's bitch number one. That's my rant on my Motorrad connectivity. 2, and this is the one that really, really bugs my, ass. I recently bought a new Shoei AIR III. Reading all the reviews, seeing things on YouTube, watching everybody tell me how wonderful it is, what a great helmet, yada, yada, yada. I had an Amazon special helmet with a built-in mic, built-in radio, and it would connect to the bike, and I could connect to another helmet of the same make, so my passenger can talk to me through the helmet. I liked it. It's a little old. I've had it for a few years, and I figured, well, it's getting close to the 5-year period where you're supposed to change out your helmet. Okay, let me be a good doobie and change it. So I'm gonna buy. I deserve this, right? I deserve the best helmet on the market. That's how I'm like. I don't want to spend $1,500. I'll spend $800. That looks like a price for a great helmet. So I buy the Shoei AIR III. Beautiful helmet. You see it on YouTube. The workmanship is pretty nice. I love the look of it. And I bought an extra large because I have a big fat head. But even with that, it's a little tight around my cheeks. Still, but I've been wearing this thing for a while. So it's not as comfortable as my other helmet, which I paid, by the way, $180 for. $180. Okay. But the thing that bothers me the most, it's supposed to be a quiet helmet. Oh, great for vlogging. You guys have got to see this helmet. It's incredible. Even better than the AIR II. Blah, 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 blah. I will submit my opinion. This helmet is no better than any other full face helmet I have ever had when it comes to noise. It's a pretty noisy helmet. I'm starting to wear earplugs now because of the noise. If you notice, I have my windshield all the way up, and the reason why I do is because I want to make sure that the vocal on this gets through. Because I've had trouble with my vocal in this phone, in this helmet. I hear a lot of noise, doesn't pick my voice up, so I have to create this little chamber, and the best way to do that is to put my face mask down and put my windshield up. So hopefully that'll be ticking. But I shouldn't have to do that, being I spent over 800 bucks for a helmet. So with that said, got some guys passing on the left here. Not that we're not going fast enough, but that's okay. So my advice to you is you don't need to spend $800 on a good helmet. All you need to do is find a helmet that is DOT certified, fits your head good, and you like the looks of it. By the way, on a secondary note, closing the lid on this thing, closing the front mask, is like almost impossible on this helmet. When I have the camera on, I cannot close it. I can't get enough pressure on it. And you can see I'm like grabbing it. It's not closed all the way. It has to click. And to open it, you can't open it if I have a camera on the front of this thing. You can't get to the button. So that's annoying. That's my rant. The two things that I'm dissatisfied with my present ride. I don't like my Motorrad. And I'm disappointed that I spent so much money on a helmet. I could have spent $400, $300 on a name brand helmet. That would have been just as good as this. And I could have saved myself some cash. I could have bought an AIR II for less money. So, that's that.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my rant from that ride, and I hope it gave you some insight on my frustration on the two items, the Motorrad and my Shoei AIR III. So until next time, God bless and keep riding. Bye now.